Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I got something nice for you today. Nice little lesson. Let's get into it. I'm back in my book. Give me some Maat information, philosophical concepts of Maat. Right thinkers, let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, yeah, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. I ask you the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. But it's rhetorical. And if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows not that they know, person who knows and knows not spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm here to do just that with knowledge of self. I think I just repeated that. Phone threw off my concentration. Sorry. But person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to Maat, be true. That's what we talk about right now. Right thinkers, let's talk about how right, aka Maat philosophy, is the purification of one's heart. Let's talk about it. All right. Here's a picture of what they call the ad. Okay, that right there, that's the vessel. That's the heart that goes on the scale of Maat on its way in the judgment day. All right. So it tells you the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphic symbol for the heart was the heart-shaped vase. I just showed that to you. The vase is a container which metaphorically and symbolically may be used for water, beer, wine, milk, etc. Host things. Likewise, the human heart is seen as symbolically a vessel which contains your thoughts, your feelings, your innermost desires, and your unconscious memories. Everything is stored in the heart. We know now that the heart brain is bigger than the mind's brain. In mystical terms, the heart is a metaphor of the human mind, including what? The conscious states, which is the conscious state, the subconscious, and the unconscious levels of consciousness. The heart is aware of every level. Okay? The mind is a reservoir of all your ideas, which is stored up here, fine, your convictions and your feelings. So therefore, just as these factors direct the path of your life, as you think it, so you are. If you can conceive it, you can achieve it. So too, they are what? Elements, which are judged when in the heart of Mayate by the two goddesses, that's in you, your character, which is Aset and Neptat. Kundalini serpent, okay? What do you guys, okay, okay. And along with who? Asar. The caduceus, string, metal piece, the straight line, phallus of Asar, the two circles that go up, okay? That's his two women. Menage a trois. Shh. We can talk about that. This is clean talk, okay? If I was doing a late night show, I can break that out, and boy, we can have some fun with that. But That didn't happen. So I would keep it clean. All right, here you go. With asar, aset, and nefset. Those are three ingredients in you that makes it happen. But your heart now then is what? The total sum of all your experiences. That's why at Judgment Day, they take the heart. All your experiences, all your actions, all your aspirations, all your conscience, spelled CONSCIENC, meaning it has all internal understanding, or what called your karma. And what? These are what's judged in the balance against the feather of Maat. How did you live internally? Was your intentions good? They said the road to hell is paved with what? Good intentions. Yeah, okay, well, intentions fell short. Okay. Why? Because something else superseded the supposed to be good intention. If the intent is good, you carry it out. That's how you get blessed. Why? That's a selfless service. Your intentions are pure and good. You're doing it for the right reason. If you have a hidden agenda, then your intentions are not good. Anybody who makes a deal with you that you do something or they do something for you, you got to do something for them, you know who that is. He don't make them deals. Moving on, okay? Where we at? Oh, yeah. And that's what's against the feather of Maat. They put your heart and everything that's in and of you. If it's heavier than the feather of Maat, dun, 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 dun. But if it's light or lighter, you're good to go. That's the goal of all right things, is to lighten the heart. Why? That's the lesson I'm giving you right now. Now, we can look at karma. Should be thought of as what? A total effort of a person's actions and conduct when during the successive phases of his or her life on earth. From the time you're born, time you expire, you're responsible. Simple as that. Well, I thought, no, all that don't mean jack. You need to understand that. But how does this operate in today's time and space? Actions affect the present, and they also dictate the future. Why? The action you do now, the consequences you have to pay, may distract or take you away from what your future plans may be. If that action is not good, then your future may be distorted or put on hold. Your experiences from present life or from previous lifetimes causes what? Unconscious impressions, which will stay with the soul even after death. So the spirit has, the soul still has what? Conscious, still has a memory somewhat. And these unconscious impressions are what constitutes what? The emerging thoughts and desires of the aspirant of every individual. You going by what either your spirit had left over, or you going by what? Your ignorance. If you don't study, learn, and perfect how your personality should be, learn the God and goddess aspect of your character, and aka knowing thyself through what? Practicing the philosophy laid forth by you. And these impressions are not exactly like memories. However, they work like memories. Why? For example, if you had a fear in a previous lifetime and everybody fears something and don't know why, that's the soul that, I got a problem with that. Why? I had it in my last lifetime and I ain't got over it yet. That's all. Understand that? Okay. My thing is falling. Every time I get up high, I say, man, the idea coming down that, well, see, it ain't the fall that's going to get me. It's that sudden stop that I got a problem with. So, yeah, that's my personal pet peeve. Obviously, I must have fell in the prior life. So I understand the concept. Things I'm trying to give you are things that you can relate to and understand. That's all. Ain't nothing special. Ain't nothing spooky about nothing. Things that you need to be clear about so you can understand it for yourself. Okay. Everybody's had their own experiences. That's what God is. Universal, but individual. Your present lifetime, you've done something in the past that causes things in your present lifetime. Perfect example. They give you that. Now, you may not remember. You don't know the event that caused that fear. I don't have a clue, but I have it. I know it's there. But you may experience certain phobias when you come into contact with certain objects or certain people or certain situations that brings that concept to mind. Court building. I hate going to court building. I was standing there looking and said, man, ain't no way. So the building you gotta look over. I can't do that. Why? It makes my stomach turn. I got a problem going across bridges. Nothing less. I ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, but you attack the phobias. Why? You may have it, but if you don't, address it, it's gonna run you. I'm not allowing that. But these feelings are what? Are caused by what? The unconscious impressions which are coming up to the surface of what? Your conscious mind at this point in time. And this is the conglomerate of what your unconscious impressions which are judged in the heart of Maat and determine where your soul will go in the next spiritual journey toward evolution or devolution, meaning evolution going good. D is coming back, also known as what? The cycle of birth and death, or better known as reincarnation. We've always had this concept, okay? But as well as the experiences of what? You either have heaven or hell. When you go to sleep, depending on what state of mind you're in, and if you're not a lucid dreamer, you don't control what you think about or what you dream about. But when you go into the dream state, it's either going to be good, heaven, yeah, or hell, bad. Simple as that. And when you wake up, either one don't make a difference. Why? Because it was just a dream. When you end your life, whatever dream you go into that mode, that's what it's going to be for the time on, for the rest of the being. Either going to be good or going to be not good. That's the concept. No heaven and hell physically. No, it's a state of consciousness. And when you fail, you going to the other place. It ain't going to be good. But the following segment, right, let's stop right there. Now let's talk about the following segment. I'm going to break this down for you. Purification of the heart. How do you purify your heart? I'm going to try to explain it to you again. It's a process and it's foolproof. If done correctly, it works like a charm. Watch. How then is it possible to eradicate what? Negative karmic impressions, bad thoughts, egoistic concepts, and to how to develop positive ones, good thoughts, good things, do good things, act righteous, be positive, upbeat, raise your consciousness. All those are good things that you control yourself. And the answer lies in what? Your personal understanding of the wisdom teachings of Maat and your practice of them daily will make the difference. Why? When you study the teachings and you live by practicing them in your daily life according to them, not what you want, not how you think it should be, according to the principle. Hold fast, trust me. Your mind will undergo a transformation at every level. You're becoming a different person from stem to stern, so to speak. And this mental or internal transformation is what called the purification of the heart. When I started practicing good things, doing good things started happening for me on the other side. I said, okay, let me see. And the more I did it, the more it kept happening. I kept doing it. I'm still doing it, and it's still happening. I'm just saying. So often, watch this, so often spoken about throughout the Egyptian coming forth by day is what? Because it signifies an eradication of negative, egoistic, low-level thinking and impressions of what? Everything got to be my way. I got to have this, all that. That egotistic way of thinking don't serve nobody but yourself, which renders what? Your mind, when you get rid of that negative thought process, it will render your mind what? More pure in thought and more subtle, where it can be relaxed, at ease. When the mind is rendered subtle, at ease, calm, then you have your meditation time and you will get to have your spiritual realization becomes a possibility. Why? When you go into that state of mind of meditation, you raise your conscious level and you commune with your higher self. That's you and God time. This discipline of purifying the heart by living again according to the Maat, aka right thinking philosophy teachings, is known as, we call it yoga of action, aka Maat. But we highlight it with selfless action. That's when you have devotion to God and all you want to do is what? Good things for other people without them having to give you anything for it. I'm not a deal maker. I'm not the mafia. I do this for you. When you owe me a favor, you can't be all that nonsense. I'm not built for that anymore. Back in the day, I love being making deals. I have everybody owe me. Everybody I dealt with back in the day owe me. Why? Because I was giving. I was always giving. I ain't never take. I had it all. What I'm taking, I was the giver. So understand that. Now, same thing with my philosophy, with my knowledge, I'm understanding. I'm giving it away every day. Let's go. Just like the old day, I was out there doing my thing. I'm out here doing my thing the same way, moving on. But the philosophy of Maat, aka right thinking, is a profound way of teaching which encompasses, you listen, encompasses the fabric of creation. I always start the creation story from the beginning, starting with Ra out of the noon, as well as a highly effective system of spiritual discipline, which I practice daily also. Keeping myself accountable for my action, holding myself accountable to do what's right, no matter what, how I feel, what the situation is. No, you do what's right. In the words of my pastor, I'm not going to let somebody else take me to hell with them. So if you're doing certain things, I'm not going to engage. He also told me you can't wallow in the mud with the pig and claim not to be a pig. You can't engage in ignorant activities and claim not to be ignorant. All those are philosophies that if you practice them, you can avoid the whole nonsense of doing those things. Why? You don't involve yourself. You don't do them. You know better. To know better and still engage don't mean jack. Money quarterback. I knew I shouldn't have. Yeah, well, but you did, didn't you? So the consequences come with that. With spiritual discipline, takes all that out the equation. Why? You're thinking before you're acting. You're controlling your emotions before you're responding. Okay, you're giving a good few seconds to think and thought before you react to whatever it is. That's the difference. Now, in creation stories, God, Neteru, is said to have what? Established creation upon Maat, which is balance, duality. Okay, that's what they're telling you. Consequently, it follows that what? Maat is the orderly flow of energy, which what? Maintains the universe. You bad girl. Further, more about my girl. Maat is the regulatory which governs the massive planetary and solar system, as well as the growth of a blade of grass and even a human cell, aka the atoms. Maat is very important. This natural process represents the flow of what? Creation, wherein what? There is constant movement, okay, that lesson, and a balancing of what? Opposites, up, down, hot, cold, here, there, in, out, me, you, etc. You can't have one without the other. We know it better as the yin and the yang. The yang got the black with the white dot. The yang got the white with the black dot. So everybody got the same thing to understand which each other, male and female, together we make one. Apart, you got you, I got me. It don't work. You can't procreate. That's why harmony is two things coming together. And most people will do what? They will act out the different forces which are coursing through them at the time. If you are ignorant, anger, hatred, lust, those are things that you're going to do. They must be hunger. These may be what? Hunger, lust, fear, greed, hatred, anger, elation, etc. All those emotions. All those are that roller coaster that you ride when you are ignorant and you have no spiritual discipline, no self-knowledge. All those things you don't have when you act like this. They have no control over what? These, because they have not understood what? That their true essence is in reality separate from what? Their thoughts and their emotions, mean the physical body. They have identified what? Their thoughts, and therefore are led to what? Those consequences of the actions of those thoughts. and the deeds they engendered. The ego will do what satisfies the ego. It's not going to do what's right. It's not going to, no, it's going to do just what they want to do. You know people like that? I tell you, if you don't know somebody like that, check out the mirror. It could be you. But the whole point is we get hell-bent on what we think and believe, and that's it. But guess what? That action, because you feel, there comes consequence with that action. That's where a lot of people fall short. You, as an aspirant, having developed what? Now, right thinkers, you developing a higher level of what? Your spiritual sensitivity and your spiritual discipline. You're getting better at what? Not doing the things that you used to do. That's called self-improvement, and that's how you change. And now you're more aware that what? You have a choice in the thoughts that you think. Right thinking. Put the right ideas, the right thoughts in perspective. Let the bad ones go. It's easy to do once you practice it daily. And watch this. Now your actions you perform, you can choose whether to act in ways that are in harmony with Maat, aka spiritual discipline, right thinking philosophy, or you can choose those that are what? In disharmonious, egoistic, self-serving things that you're going to be responsible for the actions that you take with those mindsets. You have now studied the words and heard the wisdom and must now look where? Beyond the level of just ritual worship. Like people go to church every Sunday, think that's enough. No, you go to church to fellowship. They hear the word, get the message, but you have to live from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, until Sunday, what? Righteous in the way you're supposed to. That's the difference. And for all those who just go to church and just know the stories and ain't living it, you're not being blessed. You're not being rewarded like Cain and Abel. One got rewarded, one didn't. Why? One gave best effort and one did. It's really simple. It ain't hard. And don't get mad at somebody for putting an effort in and getting rewarded. You just jealous. He got a new car. He got this. He always got that. He got... What concern of that is yours? What do you got? Okay, earn your own and stop getting caught up in a whole bunch of stuff. But it's more than, you got to get past that level of ritual of worship of the divine, just in mind and in Sundays, to the realm of what you practice and what daily practice. You will now work to have your own what experience, mystical experience with the divine for yourself. That's the name of the game. That's what I'm trying to get you to go. I'm almost done. Last bit. In ordinary human life, those who have not achieved the state of what? Enlightenment, knowledge of self, nihas, anointment, whatever you want to call it, but those who have not reached that state, watch this, and it's the masses, 85% of society is ignorant. And they will perceive nature as what? A conglomeration of forces which are what? Unpredictable, again, ignorance, and in need of control. But they won't take control of themselves. They'll see it and everybody else recognize the flaws and character flaws in everybody but themselves. Look and start with the man or woman in the mirror. However, as a spiritually sensitive, as your spiritual sensitivity matures with daily practice, the aspirant, you will now start to realize what? That once you appear to be chaotic because your thoughts is all over the place, is in reality what? The divine plan of what? You reaching the supreme being in the process of you what? Living a righteous and virtuous lifestyle will unfold right before your very eyes. And you are the one who making it happen. When that state of consciousness is attained, right thinkers? You, the aspirant, realizes that there is now an underlying order in nature. That spirit, that unseen realm they talk about, that hidden hand, which can now what? Only be perceived, here we go, my special part, through spiritual eyes, aka the third eye, the all-seeing eye. That's the one that you open up by living right, doing right, and the Kundalini rises and open up the pineal gland, aka what I call it, your lesson, third eye vision. I see what you ain't looking at. I see the spirit in others. human x-ray machine. That's what I called it. And that's the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. I got more for you. I'm just back in the book. What? Teaching. Hope you can get the lesson and using them so you can better yourself. That's my plan. That's my mission. You know what I'm on. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers who live and practice my philosophy has passed away. I'll be back.